All right. We're officially live. What's up, everybody? How we doing? Let me see. Chat box. Is the chat box popping up? Hope so. What's good, everybody? Welcome to sideways action. We're officially live. What's up, everybody? This is the hard part, right? Hold on a second. Let me mute myself on the other screen. What's going on, Skylar? What's going on, Daniel? Retrospect? Urban Productions. It says boomer. For people that know, guys, it's obviously meme coin season on chains like Solana and Base. If you're coming in here from another blockchain or from another ecosystem, or if you're brand new to crypto and you're chasing meme coins, you are missing out probably on the meme coins on PulseChain. Just saying. We got all kinds of them. We got probably less, but there's more substance behind them if you dig in. If you're into that kind of thing, if you're new. Red Squirrel, what's up? Just HEX a lot. That echo should be gone away now. Let me know if that echo's gone. Hey, Tex Hex says, thank you for all you do. You're a true asset. Thank you, Tex Hex. I appreciate that. Guys, this is the tough part, right? This is the hard part of the bull market. Like I talked about, I told you guys in a previous video, sometimes the bull can be harder than the bear because, everything pumps at different times, and then you're sitting around wondering, why isn't my thing pumping now? Well, I'm jealous of that other thing. That's what it all comes down to. Jealousy and, not really strong hands, not conviction in your bags. Hey, you can join whatever coin you want. Everybody knows where I placed my bets. PulseChain, PulseX, HEX, and INC token. INC token, which could be the premier meme coin, you might say. It's the incentive coin for yield farming on the PulseChain ecosystem. So don't sleep on INC coin either. At the beginning I was dumping it, and then I stopped dumping it, and I'm happy that I stopped because, man, that thing went up 15x in the past 2 months, I believe, and could have a lot more potential. There's been some people hinting at the potential of, if that thing goes up, it raises the APRs, it raises the yields on all the farms, and it causes maybe more buy pressure into the other coins as well. So look at Coffee's eyes. He knows the faith of his coins. He's probably down 95%. Well, sir, of course, I'm down from the top, but if you're buying the bottoms, you're not down 95%. You're not down 95% at all. So let's see. Let's go over some stats, guys. PLS, PulseX, HEX. We're on a down day. Oh, no, we're going sideways. Oh, no. So let's look at some stats, shall we? Yeah, we've been going sideways for a while. Let's just see the validators in the network. We've got 50,000 validators worldwide. Not much has changed over there. You can actually get almost 10% APY if you stake your Pulse today in a validator. Cost 32 million Pulse to be a validator, just like it cost 32 ETH to be an Ethereum validator. Today, that's pretty cheap. $3,440 to make 10% a year on 32 million Pulse. And in the future, let's say the price 10x, 100x's from now, might be pretty unaffordable to the average person coming in. So think about that as a way to make yield. Think about that. Here's the bridge statistics. We've got $132 million worth of tokens bridged over. You've got almost $30 million of stable coins in the form of USDL and PXDC. Those are the algorithmic stable coins. And then if you want to add Coast stablecoin as well, this is the native stablecoin from the centralized on and off ramp that we've got being built, but it's native. It's native to the chain. So the other three, DAI, USDC, Tether, these are not native yet. So these are all bridged. But the native ones are also making up a good chunk of all the stable coins. Probably looks like $30 million total between all the native stable coins today. Kind of important, guys. Kind of important. Activity, let's see. We've got almost 1 million total active wallets. We've got 13 million social media posts. This is a new statistic. Shout out to gopulse.com. This link is in description, by the way, if you want to track it. Almost 40 million social interactions. So people don't consider the social interactions too. And this website's counting all that. I don't know any other chains that really focus or count them, such as PulseChain does. Social interactions, guys. Social interactions are actually pretty high compared to everything else. The price is still down. So means we got a big community here. It means we are primed to pump. Yes, it might take a few more months. You got to trust the process, guys. Trust the process. There's a man named Richard Hart. He knows what he's doing, okay? And if you're doubting him, you want to sell now, go ahead. If it's going to help you sleep at night, just get out, right? Get out. But hey, for the people that believe, I'll be here for the next few years, guys, banging the drum every single day, telling people about why PulseChain, PulseX, and HEX exist, how you can get in, and if you're new, going to break it down for the new people as well. Almost $300 million currently locked. We've got money locked in validators mostly, and liquid loans has locked up a pretty large chunk, almost $100 million worth of Pulse locked in liquid loans. It'd be interesting to add Earn protocol to this list as well, because there's probably a lot of millions of dollars locked in Earn protocol as well now. 5 million in the bridge, which, that's your bridge risk for you, basically. 5 million is not that much compared to the overall money TVL of PulseChain. The total TVL of PulseChain, by the way, is over 500 million. We can check that out on DeFi Llama. It's in the top, I think it's number 12 today. For a blockchain that's under a year old, very good, very noteworthy, right? Fiat has $4 million locked. Time pays me $500,000. ZKZX, another about $500,000. ZKZX is a privacy protocol, just so you know. Let's take a look at the PulseX statistics. We'll wait for more people to trickle in. Then I'll answer all the questions that come up. Trades, we've got 66 million trades. We've got $11 billion in total volume, almost 12 billion. Daily volume is pretty low as of lately. Guys, could this be a local bottom? Look at the daily volume, 32 million today. It's a low point. We haven't seen those levels since a couple months ago. So people are clearly capitulating. People are clearly giving up, walking away. And that's good, because if they sell now, they won't have the economic energy to sell on the way up, right? Liquidity, we've got $372 million of liquidity. I believe this is PulseX alone, because total we've got a lot more. You can compare liquidity across DEXs. Here we go. What an awesome website. This website's so good. $375 million locked in PulseX, 22 million in FUX, and then all the other runners up, not even close, really not even close, but hey, 5 million in 9-inch, 6 million in 9mm, almost 1.5 million in Spark Swap, and then everything else, I don't even touch any of those bottom four personally. Let's see, what else do we got here? I'll show you the leagues. Guys, you can be an INC Dolphin right now for only $17,000 if you have 2,800 INC tokens. That puts you in the top tier. What is a Dolphin? Top 0.01%? I don't know exactly, but it's going to be up there. It's achievable right now. And I was talking about that a couple months ago too. All right, let's see. What else do we have? Did you guys know PulseChain is the world's largest airdrop? If you go to this website, click on the start button where my mouse is here, and you just copy paste your address in here, you can actually see how many free coins you have and if they're worth anything. Specifically, if you had DAI, P-DAI is worth a significant amount of money. Wrapped Bitcoin, if you had a wrapped Bitcoin, I think it's worth about $100 today, the copied version. CRO token is one of those that still maintain its value pretty heavily. I think Aave, Maker have a non-zero value. A lot of the old school DeFi coins, the copies of them are worth more than zero. So if you had any coins on May 13th, if you're new here and you didn't realize, check how much your free PulseChain airdrop is worth. All right. That's what we're calling it, but really it's just a copy of all your coins. RH Max, good to see you. Einar says hodl. Pineapple says 2025. Yeah, look. Pineapple says crypto coffee Superman morning. Yeah, thank you. Pulse Earthplane says 10x is going to look tiny if RH pulls off his S-DAI play. Well, he's got a couple of plays. Let's talk about him. Good point, Pulse Earthplane. So the Sacrifice wallet has moved some coins into stable, safe yield. This is like Spark.fi, Maker, Aave, Compound. Those three. So they're earning 5 to 7% APY on hundreds of millions of stable coins over there. Tens of thousands of dollars a day. And that's probably just to keep up with inflation. There's another bet, a large bet placed on Ethereum itself. And that bet is, in my opinion, primarily based on the Ethereum ETF speculation sometime this year. Now, people are always asking, well, is the Ethereum ETF, I heard it wasn't going to be approved, but what about the Ethereum FUD, right? Yeah, they just launched the Ethereum FUD last week to scare everybody, or maybe to give institutional money a better entry, right? The SEC said they were investigating the Ethereum Foundation. All of a sudden, now that there's all this hype around the Ethereum ETF, they said, they're buying it too much, guys. Launch the FUD campaign because retail is buying too much. This was supposed to be, we want Goldman Sachs to get in here and BlackRock. So yeah, the institutions are buying Ethereum. They have, I think, 9 or 10 proposals currently for spot ETFs. And the first deadline that the SEC has to approve them is May 13th, I believe. No, maybe it's May 27th. I'm getting some dates mixed up. But sometime in May, the SEC has to either approve or delay the first round of spot ETFs. For Ethereum, guys, for Ethereum, everyone's all talking about the Bitcoin ETF. No one's talking about the Ethereum ETF. So this ETH ETF is actually kind of a big deal. Now, I think the probability of it launching in May is a lot lower than it seemed a month ago. This is due to the SEC investigating the foundation and some donors of the foundation or whatever, trying to label ETH as a security. And that's just absolute BS, right? We know that it's not. We know that the Hinman standard says it's not. There's a lot of reasons that Ethereum, and it almost doesn't even matter if Ethereum is classified as a security, it can still probably have its own ETF. But anyway, the SEC is just doing what they do. The corrupt, incompetent SEC is just running in circles like a chicken with its head cut off because they don't feel like they have control over Ethereum. But BlackRock is in, and Valkyrie is in. All the big same guys that did the Bitcoin ETFs, they're going to do the Ethereum ETF. And again, it might not be in May. Probably going to be delayed, but sometime this year seems likely. And I'm just guessing, right? Of course, I'm just guessing. But from what I've seen so far, it seems like that's also the bet that Richard is making. Richard's making a long-term bet. I know a lot of guys can't see past this week. A lot of guys can't see, oh my God, there's something pumping over on Solana and I'm missing out. Okay, have fun chasing the meme coins, bro. But you can still hold your core position. You don't have to freak out. You can do both. You actually can do a little degen lottery ticket here and there, and you could still hold your core coins and promote your core coins. It is possible, guys. A lot of people just like to self-sabotage, it seems. A lot of people like to go out there and bite the hand that feeds and FUD their own bags in a weird, weird way. It's very, very odd to me that people FUD their own bags. But hey, maybe they're new. Maybe it's their first cycle. Maybe they don't understand that PulseChain, PulseX, and HEX are going to be around for many, many years, that they can't be shut off. So the Ethereum ETF... again, going back to Richard, he placed a bet on Ethereum itself. He or somebody loosely associated with him, perhaps. So if that bet goes through, look, Ethereum hasn't hit its all-time high yet. Everything else has hit its all-time high. Bitcoin hit an all-time high. Ethereum still needs to catch up. The ETH BTC ratio still needs to snap back to show strength on the Ethereum side. And so when that happens, let's say we get, right now we're at like a 20-to-1 ratio, maybe 19 Ethereum to 1 Bitcoin. If that ratio goes up to 12-to-1 or 10-to-1, maybe a savvy investor would consider rotating some of those ETH profits out and into other DeFi, such as an Ethereum clone, an Ethereum 2.0 fork with cheaper, faster transactions, 1,000x lower fees than Ethereum. People forget why PulseChain was created. PulseChain was invented to save all of Ethereum users and also enrich them with a free copy of all their coins and give them an escape hatch, basically, for high gas fees. It started off as hexagons, right? Hexagons were getting priced out because they couldn't end their stakes for more than they were actually worth. But, the gas was more expensive than the stake itself. But it really extends to any project that wants to build on an EVM compatible blockchain. This is probably the easiest one to either transport your code to or relaunch the same old code on Ethereum because it's the exact same thing minus a couple of parameters. Okay, and those parameters are total supply, gas related things, and it just ends up being so that the gas is thousands of X's cheaper. You actually don't have users priced out of Ethereum because look, today if you want to buy anything on Ethereum, you got to pay, $10 to get it off the exchange. You got to pay another $20 to swap it. And then if your coin does anything, utility token, quote unquote, good luck paying another $30, $40 just to use the utility. Like to start a stake in HEX, it probably costs $20, $30. To end a stake, hundreds of dollars. So that's what's going on. And there have been other moves as well related to the sacrifice wallet, seen bridging across and buying up tokens. So some people might want to call that founder buybacks. I don't know. Founder buybacks. Do you know he's a billionaire, says Mr. Rafferty? Yeah, he's a billionaire. He is now. If he wasn't before, He might have just been a multimillionaire before, but he's a billionaire now, you know. It's speculated. It's highly rumored. Look, conservative estimates say that there were probably about 200,000 Ethereum raised in the HEX adoption amplifier. Let's do the math on 200,000 times, what's the price of ETH today? Price of Ethereum today, is it $3,500? I haven't checked. That's $700 million sitting in Ethereum and who knows what wallets, right? So people forget about that capital that could be deployed at any time. Now, rather than sit around and hope and pray for other people to pump our bags, we could talk about the reasons that it was actually invented, the reasons it's actually good. So, you know, you can go to pulsecoinlist.com, gopulse.com, all these links in the description below. Take a look at HEX as well. HEX sitting at 100 pulse as a ratio. PulseX sitting at about, looks like 2.5 PulseX per every pulse. And then INC token is currently worth about almost 60,000 PLS. We've got, again, close to 1 million total active wallets, 15,000 daily active users. Okay, that's an important metric to keep an eye on when you want to ballpark. You know, this is more than, I think, Ripple and Cardano and some other chains that have been around forever. Like, people are actually using PulseChain. If you look at the on-chain metrics, almost $43 million of DAI stablecoin. DAI, probably the most important stable to keep track of because it's the most decentralized. It's the most censorship resistant, you could say. You know, theoretically, USDC could just blacklist all the USDC on wherever they want to, but they haven't in most cases because, you know, this is not anything illegal going on here, but still, they could, not to scare anybody. So look, if you're brand new and you want to know how to get in, I'm assuming you already have a wallet. Guys, if you don't have a wallet already, if you don't have a crypto wallet, check this one out. It's called internetmoney.io. It's actually a pretty awesome wallet. It's not just a PulseChain wallet. It's Ethereum, it's Avalanche, it's any EVM chain it's compatible with. But PulseChain specifically, it's got all the coin logos and like finally we've got a wallet with accurate price feeds because MetaMask is not going to show you how much each of your coins is actually worth, US dollar value. So that's one of the best things about this particular wallet is all the coins you buy on Pulse. You're going to have the prices, you're going to have the logos, you're going to have the right names, and it's going to only have more and more features. NFTs are coming very soon. It's going to have native Coast integration. People don't even realize this is your fiat on and off ramp. Go make an account here, gainpulsechain.com. Again, link in description below. And I'm going to tell you everything. These 4 things are really all you need to worry about to get fully onboarded to PulseChain. So Internet Money Wallet, it's pretty good. MetaMask is fine. A lot of people use Rabby. Rabby.io is fine. They're all good. They all work. But this one is PulseChain friendly as well. Then you're going to put some Ethereum on that wallet and you're going to bridge it over on bridge.pulsechain.com. Link description below. If you're brand new, click on the IPFS link right here. Don't be scared. I know it doesn't make sense. You're probably thinking, what is that long string of letters? Don't worry. It's called IPFS. It's like a decentralized internet. Click on that. All right. And that's going to open the PulseChain bridge. So here in your wallet is where you're going to send your Ethereum from the land of Ethereum world to PulseChain universe. You connect your wallet and you just send your ETH over here. As soon as you send your ETH as a first-time user, you're going to get 1,000 free PLS tokens for gas. And then you could take those tokens, okay, and then you go to app.pulsex.com. Again, IPFS link. Don't worry. Click the IPFS link on app.pulsex.com. This link is also in the description below. And now you can go here and buy whatever tokens you want. So let's say you bridged in some Ethereum. That's going to come up as wrapped Ethereum. Well, you're probably going to want to buy some PulseChain so you have enough money for future gas transactions. And then you can go buy, HEX, INC, PulseX, all these other tokens if you really want to. There's a bunch of logos preloaded here, and then you can always copy and paste a contract address if you don't see the token that you like here. Okay? Just saying. So kind of a 3-step process. 1, get a wallet. 2, get some ETH in that wallet and bridge it across. And 3, go to PulseX with that Ethereum and buy whatever you want. Quick beginner tutorial. I know that's basic for a lot of people, but hey, I've got more videos on that. If you want to just scroll back in my YouTube, I've got tons of videos on that. All the links you need to get started are in the description below. And let's go ahead and check on the chat, shall we? Crypto Steve says, how did I get here? I don't know, sir. Probably the algorithm. You're in the right place. In my humble opinion, you're in the right place. You gotta have some confidence and conviction. This Richard guy, he knows what he's doing. We're about to get another amicus brief signed. That would make it 2 amicus briefs sending in to defend Richard against the SEC. He's got a lot of good arguments, a lot of good lawyers. There's a chance it gets dismissed. It doesn't seem likely for Richard's case to get dismissed, but there is a significant chance based on the arguments presented. Primarily, the motion to dismiss in the Richard Hart case is primarily focusing, it seems, on the fact that jurisdiction doesn't apply to anything just because things were traded on Uniswap. Because HEX was traded on Uniswap, that somehow means that everything was done in the USA, when really transactions are done all over the world, all over the globe. And on top of that, Richard hasn't even lived in the USA for over a decade. So there's a lot of questions there that the SEC is going to need to prove jurisdiction, which is going to be hard for them, right? So we'll see what happens. I'm not going to try to get overly optimistic about legal stuff, but there's a chance this could all go away sooner rather than later. Now, it's probably going to be later. Let's be honest. It's probably going to take a long time. That's how these things work. Law cases, civil cases, they take sometimes years. So, Richard's going to waste all their money and all their time. And once they find nothing, or, if they're very unfair and they hit him with a fine, does it really stop PulseChain? Does it really stop PulseX? Does it really stop HEX? It doesn't. They can't turn them off. You got to understand what you're holding. What you're holding is immutable code that has no middleman, that has no off switch. So if Richard, we always say this, if he gets hit by a bus, God forbid, I don't want that to happen, but it would have no effect on PulseChain and PulseX functioning and HEX. These are smart contracts. So that's the beauty of real cryptocurrency. There's a lot of FUD out there about somehow this Richard guy has the master off switch. He's got one big old off button. Like he's got if he pulls out his internet router, then all of PulseChain goes down. That's not how it works. That's not how it works, guys. Win internet money, or W internet money. Yes, I agree. Internet money has proven itself to me. I use it as my mobile hot wallet. I don't use it as my cold wallet currently, but it's got a great mobile app, really sleek design. They don't collect any data, and they are open source and audited. So you've got that. I think they're double audited as well. Miller Sampson says, no, I just bought last week. Well, cool. You're still early. You actually are still early. Who would have thought we'd have this much time to accumulate? We're coming up at 11 months now. Day 322. And we've got so much time to buy. You can buy HEX. I mean, look, HEX at a penny for over a year now. You can establish a new staking ladder that's on par with the quote unquote OG Hexicans staking ladders if you really wanted to. People don't seem to be interested in that right now, but let's look at the T-share rate, for example. It just keeps going up every single day. HEX T-share rate. I'm looking for a good chart of that. Hexstats.today. Hexstats.today. Charts. T-share rate is currently at 33,500 HEX per T-share. I mean, that's up from a month ago. It was 32,000. In February, it was 32,000. It's never getting any cheaper, guys. But HEX, it's as cheap as it's ever been for the last 3 years. So, look, either you think it's going to hit new all-time highs and beyond, or you don't. If you don't, then don't buy it. If you do, I do. I'm actually still accumulating. HEX actually seems pretty good to me right here. Let me go back to the chat real quick. So, look, you do whatever you want with your money, but 1 penny HEX, that's 3 years ago prices. Miller doesn't show you the true value of Pulse in MetaMask. That's true. Mr. Rafferty is right. So if you're looking at your PLS in MetaMask, it shows you like half the dollar value of what your PLS is actually worth. So again, one of the advantages of Rabby and Internet Money is they both show you much more accurate price feeds. They'll show you all your coins. Rabby is actually awesome as well. Diamond Hand Degenerate says, spank that like button. Yeah, give it a spanking. Give that naughty like button a spanking. Archie says, be interesting to see how they respond to the jurisdiction query would affect the whole of crypto. Yes, it would, because to claim that any crypto traded on Uniswap, just because Hayden lives in an apartment in Brooklyn and the guy created this decentralized software again. So there's a decentralized community trading on decentralized software. but the developer of that software lives in New York. It's a really big stretch. And it's very important that we get that right, because if somehow that incorporates you into that jurisdiction, then any single coin that ever traded on Uniswap ever, which is all of them, basically, it's all of them, they now have prejudice? I don't know. They now have a case to be made that New York is the right jurisdiction to try basically everybody for cryptocurrency, for securities violations. Because guys, if PulseChain's a security and it's a fork of Ethereum 2.0, then Ethereum's a security, then everything's a security. Okay, what did we accomplish here? We just called everything a security. Everybody has to pay a fine. Like, can we move on with our day? Can we just keep on building, innovating, promoting? MetaMask not always shows you real value USD. Coffee just talk about. Yeah. Your MetaMask wallet is not going to give you an accurate price feed of your PLS in US dollar form. Could you do a vid on doing a cold wallet versus a hot wallet? Well, I could, Jordan, but a cold wallet versus a hot wallet is literally just a wallet that you don't touch versus a wallet that you touch all the time and you connect to like new dApps and stuff. A cold wallet is just, you have a laptop. It's a crypto-only laptop. It's a wallet. Now, you could have hardware on it. You could have a Trezor or a Ledger on it or not. It really doesn't matter if you don't have a Ledger or Trezor as long as you treat it like truly a cold wallet. Like a cold wallet is just a wallet that sits alone that you don't ever touch. Or if you do touch, you maybe just send coins out of it into your hot wallet. You know what I mean? So it just that's basically the only thing that cold wallet is. It's a wallet that sits away from your hot wallet. Your hot wallet has less money on it, but you can experiment with different protocols on there, because if one protocol gets hacked, then you don't lose all the money on your cold wallet. Hexfire has all the T-share stats. Oh yeah, how did I forget Hexfire? Because apphex.win/charts was not working actually. Hexfire.io. Thank you for telling me that. Archie's the man. Archie's always here. Institutional grade data. Oh, this website's got some updates, huh? I haven't been on here in a while. Shout out to Crispy Man. All right, hexfire.io. Man, I haven't been on here in so long. Share rate. Here we go. Ooh, staker adoption. That's a cool metric. Hold on, let's look at this. This is cool. I'm going to go back. Adoption. All right, well, it's just explaining how to do a ladder. Obviously, people might not know the ladder strategy. You make multiple hex stakes. You don't have to make just one hex stake. You could divvy them up into what's called a ladder. So you could have like a quarterly or a biannually ladder where every 6 months you've got some stakes expiring so that you've always got some hex coming out, so that you can decide what to do at that point. Do you want to restake the whole thing? Do you want to sell the interest and restake the principal? Do you want to sell everything? You could just dump everything if you think we're at like a local high. So it gives you more of a chance to slow down, make your decisions slowly, analyze where we're at the market, see how much you've gained or lost, and then decide to keep hodling, do a partial sell, or take a whole bunch of profit. Robert Saunders says, good to see you, Coffee. Tough times, but we move ahead. That's right. So these are the tough times. These are the grinding sideways. It's the boredom. Boredom can be dangerous. Boredom can be very dangerous in crypto. I know from experience. Okay. Idle hands are the devil's playground. Is that what the saying goes? Idle minds are the devil's playground. And we see that. We see people capitulating. We see people getting angry, pointing fingers, trying to blame somebody for why we're not pumping. We're just not pumping yet. It's all going to plan. Don't worry, guys. There's a master plan. I believe that the founder, Richard, does have a plan. And in the meantime, we're all doing what we can to onboard retail before giant money starts moving the market. So if you don't see this as an opportunity, and if it pains you to be holding right now, see you later. Have fun with your other, whatever else you're chasing. But again, you can experiment. You can play around. Like, look, the people I've been talking to in real life, they're all about the base meme coins. They're all about the Solana meme coins. But they're little short-term pumps. They're flashes in the pan. They're basically exit liquidity. Basically, these meme coins, they just want to pump things up for like 2 or 3 months so that the small group of insiders can just dump and then nobody cares about it ever again. They're not long-term coins. This PulseChain ecosystem is a long-term play for me. And again, if it's not for you, then why are you here? Maybe you're a day trader and you're trying to day trade Pulse. Good luck. Good luck with the wannabe day traders out there. Crypto Bigfoot says, looking good. Thank you. Finally got that haircut courtesy of Gold Key and the haircut. Thanks Gold Key and the Haircut Foundation for providing the super chats in Vegas. Finally, I was able to afford a haircut. Tough times, right? Tough times. Crispy has been working overtime. I know. Look at this website. It looks so much better than it did a couple months ago. Hexfire.io. Big up to Crispy, man. Yeah, that's right. Crispy, if you're listening. Props, dude. I met him in Vegas, too. He gave me a poker chip with his logo on it. It's pretty cool. The crypto PRactor. I also met this guy in Vegas. Good dude. Good dude. Yeah, coffee. Caught you live. Boop the like and spank the subscribe, share, and ding the bell to y'all. To all. Yeah, baby. The crypto PRactor. He gave me this book. It's like a famous book. Oh man, what's it called again? I read a couple chapters of it, or verses. Man, remind me the name of that book. Dix Insider says, bro, I just got a message that a buddy of mine from grade school, just passed in a car accident because he was driving drunk. That's really sad. That's sad, man. He just flipped his truck near the town park. Whew, that's pretty heavy. Please don't drink and drive, folks. Yeah. Yeah, don't. You never know. You never know when something like that could happen. It's messed up. Don't drink and drive. Good advice, Dixon. Good advice. Sorry to hear that. The Prophet by Koons. What was his name? The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. Khalil Gibran, a Lebanese poet. One of the people, a lot of people say one of the best. Hexologist win $2.01. We didn't get there last cycle, did we? Look, I've had my eyes on $1. I don't want to think too much about $1 because if you obsess about something too much and get desperate about it, you might push it away. How's that for an esoteric thought? But maybe if we all envision $100, then maybe we'll end up landing on like $2 or $3 or $5, right? So look, it's very possible. It doesn't take that much liquidity. Richard Hart in his tweet the other day, what did he say, guys? I don't have Twitter on this particular browser. Otherwise, I'd pull up the tweet. Basically, he said it would only take $49 million to 10x the price, $449 million to 100x the price. Hint, hint, wink, wink. And not all that is he's saying has to come from sacrifice wallets. All it takes is a little spark. With a big enough spark, you get people FOMO buying the top because that's what they love to do. People love to FOMO buy the top, again, because it's confirmation bias. This is why you see so many people getting angry and depressed and pointing fingers and capitulating and rage quitting and crying and blaming other people for their problems instead of just buying the dip. Whereas at the top, they'll say they were here the whole time, right? Really, they'll just buy back higher. And it brings in all the easy money, the emotional money, because they need to know that it's safe. They need to know that this is all going to work out. And if they don't believe or aren't taking the calculated bet, and I say calculated because when you look at all the facts, it becomes an easy bet for me to make. But if you don't believe that, nobody's forcing you to be here. Nobody has ever been forcing you to be here. I say, why not believe, right? It's 10 times more fun and easy to stick behind a mission, have a long-term goal, stick behind it, and just believe in something than resort to just the apathy of, crypto's all a joke. I'm just going to gamble on meme coins for the rest of my life. And again, you can do both. You can do both. It's okay. Just be careful of losing yourself to the apathy that none of this actually matters, because crypto is actually pretty cool. I mean, the whole censorship resistance thing, the whole self-sovereign digital peer-to-peer money thing, it really is a big deal. It really is a big innovation. Ever since the internet, it's probably the biggest innovation. That and maybe AI. And all this stuff is going to change the world. when we have AI running crypto and vice versa, crypto running AI, crypto enabled agents, right? Let's say you have to pay a microtransaction to an AI agent in cryptocurrency. Now your AI can't be censored. Now your AI is censorship resistant, and like all the inputs are governed and crowdsourced by the people, by people that are willing to put financial economic energy behind them. And maybe that's getting too far in the future, but even right now, we've seen Canadian truckers get their bank accounts shut off. We've seen YouTubers get silenced, demonetized, because they're talking about the C word and they're talking about the V word. And the powers that be don't like that. So they can censor you and stifle you and try to create what's called the chilling effect. The chilling effect is where people self-censor because they're too scared to even talk about certain topics. Just like I didn't even mention the C word, quote unquote, because this is a crypto channel and I don't want to put myself at risk of talking about something that I don't need to get banned for because I'm on a centralized platform and I could be demonetized anytime, but not if I was getting paid in crypto. Not all you wonderful people out there. If you choose to donate, that's also great, but you don't have to. But here's the thing is that it gives people the freedom to not self-censor and be afraid to talk about whatever the hell they want to talk about. You know, they say that the answer to free speech is just better speech. It's not shutting off all the speech that you don't like. So yeah, making money. We're all here to make money. Let's not beat around the bush. We all want the gains, but you got to also admit that this is a pretty cool niche that we're in, because it actually has a world-changing effect of bringing power back to the people and away from the corrupt Federal Reserve that's inflating your purchasing power away. It's pretty cool. If you don't understand that, or if you don't think that that's necessary, I wouldn't want to wait until it's too late. You know, you don't want to be a late adopter and only adopt crypto when you need it. You kind of need it right now in order to actually buy into an asset class that outpaces inflation. You kind of need it right now. PRactor, says, let me know what you think of the book when you're done. I will, sir. I will. I'll DM you. One of the coolest gifts that I've received lately, by the way. Pretty awesome. Thank you. Let's see. Need diamond hands to reach that. Yeah. Someone's shilling. Meme coins do more damage than good. That's an interesting debate. M9 says meme coins do more damage than good. You can use them properly, or you can extract value from them. But yes, somebody will always be left holding the bag or the short end of the stick on meme coins. But as far as the advertising value or the marketing value of, hey, look, we've got dick with butt and P-Dye and teddy bear. Look over here at all of our meme coins. If you can capture people's attention where they're already at, maybe there's some value in that, in my opinion, right? Now, the quality of degens on Solana, I don't imagine that these kinds of people are the type of people to understand long-term holding and believing in something long-term. Like, it seems like if you're attracting the degenerate gambler crowd, you're going to get people without any loyalty to a certain blockchain or without any loyalty to a particular narrative. And we've seen a lot of those people coming into PulseChain as well. You know, they just want gains. They're not really here for the long term. They're not really, they just want to complain when things don't pump overnight. So I don't know. I'd like to take the optimistic approach and say meme coins do more good than damage, but not by much. Not by much. And if you know the game that you're playing and you're okay with that, like, who am I to stop you? Literally, I have no, I'm not going to die on that hill. Because I know a whole bunch of meme coiners. I've met them in real life too. I've met some meme coin founders. Guys, Brock Pierce came up to me the other day and shilled me a meme coin. You believe that? Brock Pierce shilled me a meme coin the other day. And if I would tell you which one it is, but you're going to be the exit liquidity if I tell you. You know what I mean? Because it already went up like 3 or 4x in the past 2 days. Hey, thank you for the sub, Elwood. Thank you for the sub. And it's all fun and games, right? It was a meme coin on Solana. And I know the founder of this other meme coin on Base that's already up 30x. It's doing phenomenal. And I think it's probably going to keep doing well. But if I tell you guys about them, I feel bad because I'm not buying them. And I know for a fact there's people that got in way early that can't wait to dump. As soon as it goes maybe 10x higher. So it's a predicament, right? Oh, you want to know the meme coin names just because a billionaire told me about one and I know the founder of a different one? Is that you really want to buy them after they've already gone up 30x? I feel weird telling you guys because, again, you're going to be the exit liquidity. Meme coins are fine. The problem is inner circles organizing pump and dumps. Well, there's always an inner circle, typically. It's just that some of them have longevity. Like Teddy Bear comes to mind, where I thought that was going to be a short-term pump and dump. I was wrong. It was a long-term. Look, B-Roots is just hanging on, and the whole community, by the way, not just B-Roots, but like that one's lasted for many months. And so it's kind of the Lindy effect, right? If the longer these things last, the longer they're likely to continue to be around. It's just that the percentage of them that don't make it past like 2 or 3 months is very, very high compared to the percentage of them that make it past, 6 months to a year. Because you got one Shiba, you got one Dogecoin, you got one Floki, and how many thousands of shit meme coins that you never hear about ever again just got swept under the rug. So that's the game. That's the game. And like, it's kind of ironic too that I'm even saying this because everything is a meme coin. Utility coins are just different meme coins. Utility is the meme. You understand? Like you gotta slap a utility on your token and then meme coins add utility onto them to give them more memeability. Like you'll have a meme coin that'll say, oh, but we're going to add utility. We're going to add XYZ utility. People are like, oh, utility. It's just another meme to add to the storyline, to add to the narrative. Atlan says Solama, lol. Kopi says PTP not dead. Yeah, there was this coin called Pulse Trailer Park that I guess everybody, the guy pulled liquidity because he claimed that there was a bunch of people dumping it. And then he relaunched it, or he's going to relaunch it or something. I don't know, guys. I don't want to talk too much about stuff that hasn't happened yet, right? PulseChain will hit 50x when ETH hits 7K. Mark my words. Well, Adi, I like that prediction. That's a bullish prediction. Think about all the room we have to grow in Ethereum. We haven't even hit all-time highs yet. All-time highs on ETH was what? 48,000? 4,800? So 4,800. If Bitcoin can crack 69K this early in the cycle, I think Ethereum can get to 7K, no problem. And yeah, imagine all that money, all that DeFi ecosystem money that could flow into PulseChain. Imagine, think about it. Archie says, I'm happy with the core blue chips on PulseChain. Me too. I do play around with 10% of my bag. I do play around with utility tokens, even meme coins. Yes, I've bought meme coins before. Okay, I'll be honest with you. But I feel weird shilling them after I bought them, DWB will be huge. Invisible Cloak Productions. Yeah. I feel weird shilling them because I don't plan on holding them long term, right? Like with HEX, I know I'm holding it for many, many years. I know I'm buying the dip. I know I'm actually buying the dip on PulseX and PulseChain as well. So that's why I feel like that's why it's so much easier to talk about, because it's not like you're just looking for an exit. Of course, we're all going to be looking for an exit one day. Of course. But it's kind of like the Neo Morpheus meme. It's like, you're telling me I could sell all my HEX for millions one day? And then Morpheus is like, no, Neo, I'm telling you when you're ready, you won't have to. And yes, I mean, maybe I am crazy and delusional enough to think that this thing has a 10-year lifespan. But look, if we're living in a fully crypto world in 10 years, and HEX is at even $10, let's say it's at $10 conservatively, that beats the hell out of any other investment other than maybe, I don't know. Like, is it going to be better than some other random coin that came up? Like Shiba did a 1 million X or 1 million% return. Shiba and HEX last cycle were like the two tokens that did a 10,000x. So of course, there's probably going to be some other coins out there that do very, very well. Maybe 2 or 3 or 4. But I'm going to stick with what I know, because with all the facts that I know behind it, it just makes me that much more confident. Is EHEX going to go up? And is there a difference between PLS versus wrapped PLS? Let me answer the first part of your question, Miller. EHEX, look, if nobody else dumps it, and we bond it to PHEX, regular HEX, yeah, it can go up along with PHEX. Now the thing is, all the HEX stakers, when they come due, a lot of them are just dumping their HEX, or they're going to keep doing that. So, I mean, I'm a fan of not dumping and trying to lock liquidity to regular HEX for now. I'd rather sell my HEX at the top. But it depends what people do in the near term. I think it's going to go up a little bit, right? In the bull market, I think it's likely to go up, but only because it's tied to regular HEX liquidity. And it's not going to go up 1 for 1 because you still have all the sell pressure of the people that decide to just dump it as soon as it comes due. So take that in mind. It's going to go up, but regular HEX is going to go up way more. And for the new people, guys, the old HEX is called HEX. HEX Classic. It's basically a meme coin because all the utility got scraped away by the high gas fees. There's a new HEX in town. Some people call it PHEX. It's really, when you look at PulseChain, right, it's just the regular HEX. I'll show you guys on the screen right here. Look right here. If I search for HEX, you've got HEX, and then you've got HEX from Ethereum. This is the old HEX. Okay, the new HEX is just called HEX. It's got a blue and red circle around it. The old HEX is called HEX from Ethereum. It's got a gray colored circle around it to indicate that it's from Ethereum. So be careful which HEX you're buying. If you're brand new coming in, I would say start with the regular HEX, the normal HEX native to PulseChain on top. It's got more liquidity. It's more expensive. It actually has utility. You can actually stake it. And nobody cares about staking right now. Oh my God. Just wait. Wait till the price pumps. Everyone will start to act like they care again. Where's my chat? There they are. Crypto Bigfoot with the coffee emojis. Oh wait, there was a second part to that question. What is the difference between PLS and wrapped PLS? It's the same thing as the difference between Ethereum and wrapped Ethereum. Okay. So when you trade Ethereum on a DEX, Ethereum itself is not an ERC20 token standard, so it needs to be wrapped. And that wrapper makes it an ERC20 that you can trade on every other exchange. So when you're trading Pulse for PulseX or for any other coin, what's actually happening on the background, let's say I'm trading Pulse for PulseX. Well, behind the scenes, that Pulse is actually being converted to WPLS 1 for 1 and then getting traded for PulseX. Like WPLS is technically the ERC20 version of PLS, but you're always able to exchange it 1 for 1. So look on the screen right now. If I want to exchange 1 million Pulse for 1 million Wrap Pulse, there will literally always be a 1 for 1 exchange available. This is the same thing on ETH too. Wrapped ETH for regular ETH. Because this is exactly how Ethereum works. So I hope that answers the question. It's okay to have 10% or less on lottery tickets, but I know what the long-term assets are. Okay. True. We probably agree. Hector the Protector says hit that like button. DWB will be dick with butt. Lol. So I find that meme hilarious, but hey, maybe I've got the sense of humor of a child. Hey, thanks for the subscription. Thanks for becoming a member. Will Stevenson. Shout out to Will Stevenson from DGen Roundtable. Oh, that was a great time coming on DGen Roundtable the other day. Make sure you go like and subscribe to their channel. They're keeping it light. They're keeping PulseChain fun. And those guys are, they're the same mindset as me. They're believers, but they like to have fun. They like to DGen. They're called DGen Roundtable. Guys, you're missing out. Go follow DGen Roundtable. I feel like Solana has some meme coins that are shaping up to be big runners. Probably 10 out of 1,000. No one can predict the future, so the Lindy effect is vital. Yeah, good point, Bob Mueller. Sorry. Actually, that was my point, but thanks for making it again. Will Stevenson says, fuck yeah, amigo, lol. What DEX do you trade on? The DEX that's right in front of right on the screen here, dude. This is PulseX. This is the DEX that I trade on. This is where you do all your PulseChain coins. Okay? I don't really do any trading on Ethereum anymore. I'm fully into the PulseChain ecosystem. Now, of course, if you want to go on like Base or Solana or whatever, like they've all got their own DEXs. Solana's got Jupiter. Base has Uniswap. You could just use Uniswap or Sushi. PulseChain, you need to go to app.pulsex.com, and that link again is in the description below. Go ahead and click on it. The best DEX. And by the way, every single piece of volume that goes through this DEX goes to buying and burning the price of PulseX. All the volume that goes through PulseX, 0.06% of that volume goes to buying up the price of PLSX automatically, and burning it out of existence. Robert Saunders says, I'm afraid of the farms, lol. What are your thoughts on that, Coffee? Well, look, here, let's go take a look at the farms, okay? So I made a video about all the crazy high yields over here. Look, 21%, 45%, 56% for the INC farms, and 120% for the stablecoin farms. So it's different, okay? If you're bullish on the trifecta, right? Pulse, PulseX, HEX, then going into the Pulse, PulseX pair and the HEX Pulse pair is not really that scary, because if you think they're all going to go up and down together and you don't really care about which one you end up with more or less of, you know, let's say I put 1 million HEX in this pool and I put 100 million Pulse into the HEX Pulse pool, okay? I'm going to end up with maybe 900,000 HEX and 110 million PLS one day. You know, it's going to fluctuate around every single day, but you're going to be earning INC the whole time. That's going to offset the impermanent loss. And if you're scared of that, don't worry about it. You know, you could just buy INC token. If you don't want to risk impermanent loss, but you want to get exposure to INC, you could always just buy it. But because I don't care whether or not I temporarily have more Pulse or more PulseX or more HEX, more of one and less of another, right? I don't mind if they fluctuate, because I think they're going to revert to the mean in the long term. And I'd like to be paid INC the whole time for that prediction. And that prediction could be wrong, which is why earning that INC should hopefully offset a lot of that. And then people can recompound as well. So what they do then is they take their INC and they recompound that by pairing it with Pulse or pairing it with PulseX down here. And then look, they're earning 56% APY. Very, very high. Very, very high numbers. That's mostly due to the price of INC pumping lately. Now, the stablecoin pairs are different, okay? If you're in a stablecoin Pulse pair in a bull market, it's gonna be as if you're slowly exiting your Pulse position. Because if everyone's buying Pulse, they're giving you all their stablecoins. You're gonna end up with way less Pulse, way more stablecoins, but it's a way to kind of sell Pulse on the way up and get paid INC token, 118% APR in the form of INC token on the way up as well. Same thing with Ethereum. Ethereum's an interesting one because you could play, basically you're playing the ETH to PLS ratio. So if you think ETH is going to pump first, but then Pulse is going to correct later on and then make up for that ETH to Pulse ratio, then if you think Pulse is going to show strength later this year, then maybe you're going to want to be in the ETH to Pulse ratio. Liquidity yield farm. So farming INC is the way, yes. Does anyone else think PulseX sounds like PulseX? What is PulseX? Having sex on a pole? That doesn't sound comfortable. So that's my thoughts on the farms. I'm not afraid of them, but I'm not in the stablecoin ones yet. Maybe I will when I want to exit some, right? When the bull market really heats up for Pulse. Maybe I'll join some of those stablecoin pools. Love your streams when the prices are down. You're always a positive man. Yes, thank you, Tortuga. There's no other way to be. Got to stay optimistic. Got to keep your eyes on the prize. Got to just keep explaining. Repetition, guys. Repetition. The more retail we can onboard now, I think the more happy individuals we're going to have when big money starts flowing in later on. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. It could all go to zero. This could all go to zero. But this seems like an asymmetric bet to me. Seats at the table are growing. Welcome all. Okay. Tangum says, Tangum cold wallet to support PulseChain shortly is a good option. Yeah. Tangum is a cold wallet similar to, I guess, Ledger Trezor. People like it a lot. And yeah, they're going to support PulseChain directly. So that's pretty cool. What happened with the sacrifice I threw down? You should have got your tokens, bro. If you sacrifice for Pulse and PulseX, go back to that wallet that you sacrificed from, connect to PulseChain, and you're going to see some PLS tokens in your wallet or some PulseX tokens in your wallet. Tam says, good to see you, Will Stevenson. Will, you're a star. You're a celebrity. I can't wait for when we actually hit the tipping point of PulseX buy and burn. Yeah. We've got what, almost 4%? Let's take a look at the buy and burn real quick. 3.79% of circulating PulseX has been bought and burned off the open market, just automatically by the code itself. PulseX, cheers. PulseX. Paul O'Boyle says, what do you do for coins that don't have enough liquidity on PulseChain? Well, that's the problem, right? If it's a small liquidity coin, you can't really make that much. I mean, you can make a couple $100, but you have to put in money proportional to the liquidity pool. If you're in some random shit coin that's only got $10,000 of liquidity, then you can really only get away with like a couple $100 unless you want to eat serious slippage. So with lower liquidity coins, it's like your ability to get in and position yourself larger is lower, and your ability to exit without pushing the price against yourself is lower. You're going to win smaller prizes, I suppose. Stay positive, in other words. Stay deluded. Deluded. Is that what you spelled deluded wrong? But yeah. Hey, if you think it's delusional, there's nothing stopping you from being here. Or not. Regarding swapping, what are we talking about? Yeah, I think I just answered your question, Paul. Like, if a coin doesn't have enough liquidity, like if it's only got like $100 of liquidity, you should not be touching it at all. Coins with no liquidity, you shouldn't even be touching. Coins with only a couple $1,000s of liquidity, you got to watch out, because you're not going to be able to really get a sizable position. Who runs the Pulse Alerts Twitter feed? Save me when HEX message from RH came out. What do you mean? Who runs the Pulse Alerts Twitter feed? I don't know. Some guy, some anonymous developer. Yeah, but go follow Pulse Alerts on Twitter. They're going to tell you, yeah, if big things are coming out. Like Blue Diesel says, it saved me from when the HEX message came out. I saw major accounts selling HEX and they copied them. Good for you. Good for you. Are tokens received from sacrifice considered an airdrop for tax purposes? I'm not a tax advisor. I would say yes. I would say it is considered an airdrop, but you could also say that you got them at $0 value. I don't know if that makes any difference. Look, ask your tax guy, get a CPA, but yes, I would say they were an airdrop personally. That's the weird thing about taxes. Nobody really knows. We're in this gray area where there's no right or wrong answer sometimes. Idea for the foundation, a new PulseChain website, be on par with everyone else. What do we talk? No, we have a website already. It's called PulseChainFoundation.org. So, I mean, why do we need a new? Okay. I mean, okay. Crypto Manny says, hey, Coffee, finally caught you live. What do you think of Pulse Wallet? I think it's a scam. Don't touch it. Pulse Pools Hex sounds like the Italian pronunciation. PulseX. PulseX. TY just meant on ETH coins may have liquidity in Uniswap, but then don't have liquidity on PulseChain. Is there a better swap method? Oh, yeah. Well, some of the Ethereum copies that you got, the PRC20 versions, probably don't have a lot of liquidity. Like if you have some kind of off-brand Ethereum coin, chances are it's not going to have a big liquidity pool on PulseChain. But some of the popular PRC20s are, let's scroll down here. We can actually look at this website here. It's got it all. GoPulse.com. Link in description below. Let's look at all these, not the bridge tokens, but look, eLink, eShiba, ePepe. These all have significant liquidity. And then the fork tokens, P-Wrapped Bitcoin, P-Aave, P-Dai, P-USDC, P-WETH, and P-CRO. These are the top forked coins. So if you had any of those coins on May 13th, they've all got some value. So definitely go check it out. There's so many coins, guys. I can't keep track. Atlan says, thanks for answering all of our questions. Of course. It's an AMA. That's what I came here to do. My pleasure. Sorry, mate. I meant the main PulseChain website, not the foundation's website. Lots of love. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, look, we're not in control of the PulseChain website. We don't control that domain. I believe that's the founder. So, you've got ethereum.org and then you've got ethereumfoundation.org. I think we got to keep that separate for now. I don't think that we can put our name on a website that we don't own the domain to. PDI will fly in the next weeks. It'd be fun to see that, wouldn't it? It'd be fun to see PDI go off. I don't know. Want to look at the price? Let's look at the price of meme coins, shall we? If you're triggered by this, you don't have to watch. Shield your eyes if you're triggered. All right, let's see. Look at that, guys. Look at that. DAI. In the past. Oh, I'm on the, I was on the 15-minute chart. Okay, what the hell? So DAI, in the past month, DAI has doubled. Not crazy. A lot of coins have doubled in the month, but it's looking, I mean, if it can break this previous high, that would be pretty cool. PDI, guys. Who knows? Is it a conspiracy? Is it not? I don't think it's Richard behind it, but there's definitely been some movements of locking liquidity, locking up maker vaults on the PRC20 side. Paulo Boyle, thank you. Sorry for the unclear questions. No problem, Paul. Thanks for coming, man. Brett says, I'm brand new to PLS and PulseX. Can't wait to see what the future holds. Hey, welcome, Brett. Welcome, Brett. If you're brand new, congrats. You missed all the FUD. You actually probably missed the hardest part. Brett, if you want to make your PulseChain journey easier, be very selective on who you follow on Twitter and try not to get addicted. Try not to get addicted to Twitter because it can be an energy vampire itself, the entire app. Speaking from experience. Funkmaster Hex says, good Friday. I got going here. Hey, I forgot it was Friday. Hell yeah. Happy Friday. Cheers. Philip says, PDI to the moon. PulseX says, coffee. Have you dug into the maker vaults? Any revelations? No, you're going to want to follow Hodlnomics. That's HODLNOMIX. And then follow the PDI account itself, like the main one. PDI Maxi, I think. PDI Maxi is going to put a little story, a little embellishment on it, but they'll tell you the facts as well. I don't have all the details handy here, so I can't really pull all that up right now, but yeah, that's who I actually rely on for that information. So the flag pattern braked. What flag pattern on what? PUSDC to $1. Well, the thing is, PUSDC is, I think, redeemable for PDI. So that's why the two are pegged to each other right now. So if PDI goes up, PUSDC will go up because you can arbitrage them together one for one. Igloo Bamboo, hello. Armeden says, what's my thoughts on Gophers? Gophers is an ERC 404. Basically, that's an NFT that you can trade like it's a coin. Okay? It's like an NFT that you can trade on a DEX, not an NFT marketplace. I know Dipcatcher. I've known Goldkey for a while. I like them. Not that that has anything to do with Gophers, but they're solid. They're not going anywhere. They're OG community members, dedicated, hardworking. Not perfect. I mean, everybody's fallible, right? But they're trying this new idea out where they're going to put this Gophers. Gophers, first of all, it already exists on PulseChain. It's got like over $2 million of liquidity. It's got liquidity range such that there's not a high ceiling. There's a much higher floor price established via liquidity. So that's their interesting dynamic there. And then they migrated a lot of liquidity over to Solana, and they're relaunching Gophers on Solana. And from what I hear, they've gotten a warm reception over there. Now, I hope it does more good than harm. I hope it onboards more people than it detracts, right? But maybe it was just meant to be. If this is people's out that want to just ditch PulseChain for Solana, then maybe they were never going to make the PulseChain gains anyway. But if there's people coming in from Solana that hear about some good stuff over here, like PulseChain, HEX, and PulseX, maybe they'll stick around for a lot longer. But, Gophers, it's fun. Cute little Gophers. Minty B, the accountant. I trust that man with my entire life savings. Just kidding. I'll truthfully, I will tell you that I bought one just to see what it did, just to see what is this ERC 404 thing. I wrote it up like 50% and then I just sold it again. And then it went up 2x from there. So it's okay, guys. It's okay. I'm going to be all right. DAI on Pulse, the only 100% decentralized DAI anywhere. Well, technically, I mean, if social consensus agrees that it's worth $1, then it's worth $1. Is it a strong enough meme? Time will tell. Time will tell, but there's probably a lot of people planning on selling before that, so it's going to be a very bumpy and long ride. It's not just going to be a straight line up to $1. I missed Gophers, but dang, they did well. Yeah, they know how to make a good chart. They know how to make a good chart. The AGI is making meme coins in crypto right now. You're talking about artificial general intelligence making meme coins, conditioning crypto speculators and investors to risk it by gambling on them. I don't know if we're at the point where AI is making meme coins yet, but there are probably people using AI to help them make meme coins. There's probably a lot of that. I don't think we're that advanced. Are there multiple ways to buy PulseX like there are for Pulse? Well, sir, again, you're going to want to make an account here. These guys are going to launch again. This is called gainpulsechain.com. That's my invite link in the description below. You connect your bank account to this website. And by the way, if you use my invite link, you get 5,000 free weight tokens, which can lower your fees. So make an account here, and then you're going to be able to buy Pulse and PulseX and HEX with just one click straight to your wallet using your bank account, wire transfer, Wise, Revolut, or even Ethereum stablecoins. All those different payment methods. It's a lot of different payment methods. Makes it very, very easy. Make an account, gainpulsechain.com. Other than that, the best way to do it right now is you bridge. Remember, bridge on pulsechain.com, app.pulsex.com. Sorry, bridge on bridge.pulsechain.com. Then buy on app.pulsex.com. So just the screen that I'm showing you here, this is basically the number one way to buy right now is just on this this website here. Your thoughts about actually, I'm not sure. Did Hansi create that one? kind of funny. I have no thoughts about it. No strong feelings. I don't own it. What are your thoughts on P-Day AI from the Pateus Guys Coffee? That sounds pretty awesome to me. I mean, look, Pateus already built, good question, Igloo Bamboo. Pateus already built a DEX aggregator. So let's pull it up. This is more advanced, but if you're more advanced on PulseChain, you can go to Pateus, look at the screen, say launch app, and this will actually aggregate all the biggest protocols. You know, PulseX, FUX, 9mm, and 9inch, and SparkSwap, all in one app, so that you might actually get a better deal. You're going to get more coins probably if you route through these liquidity pools, because you're routing through all the DEXs at once behind the scenes. Now, they're also building this thing called P-Day AI. It's going to have an off-chain OTC order book, an off-chain limit order book, an automated DCA module. I don't know what it's going to look like, but they're also going to have an AI-powered trading strategy, automated trading strategies. Now, what does that mean? We're going to have to see, guys. We're going to have to see. They don't have a proof of concept that I know of right now. Maybe they're on testnet. I don't know. I have not played around with it yet, but it's going to be incorporating AI into your trading, which is pretty cool. And the fact that they've already built such a solid product gives me a lot more trust in pday.ai in the future. So yeah, they are sacrificing. I know everyone's tired of sacrifices. I believe they said they were going to reward the Pateus token holders or something. They got $1 million. I don't know about, but I want to see if their products actually have a proof of concept. Yeah, right now they're just kind of summaries and white papers and documentation. So keep an eye on it. I did not sacrifice for this one, but I have a strong feeling that it's probably going to be pretty cool. It's probably going to be pretty cool. Can't wait for Coast to come back. I agree, Archie. I agree. Piteus, that's right. Invisible Cloak Productions spelled it out. PITEAS.io. Yeah, let's see. What else we got? Dude, the highest of stakes looks intense. I've seen it. It's pretty crazy. For a crypto documentary, it's definitely going to catch your eye. Most crypto documentaries are pretty boring. Do you think launch will help bring adoption to PulseChain? Launch of what? It's too generic. What are we talking about? Pateus doesn't like PDGZ Atropa ecosystems. Oh, from the PulseX pools? I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really buy those Atropa coins, but it's funny that the developer was on camera the other day talking about his plans. Pretty funny. Maria Hell. I knew it was a guy. I knew it. The Ebonics lover says, I didn't write anything about the price of DAI on Pulse. It's just a fact that it's 100% decentralized on Ethereum versus on Ethereum or Binance. Yeah. No, I hear you, bro. I hear you. It is decentralized. Let's see. Just wanted to say you were one of the first YouTubers I started watching when getting into crypto. Thanks, Paul. No longer feel like a noob with your insights. Still learning, though. Thanks again. Paul, that means a lot. Thanks, man. Yeah, we're all still learning, right? I'm still learning. I've been here 9 years. So time in the market, right? That's what they say. There is a lot of stuff I could tell to the newbies. A lot of stuff I could help people with. Speaking of Pateus, have you changed your mind about the token or do you still not have any? Well, I still don't have any, but I don't think it's, I no longer think it's like, I see the point of the token, right? Pateus, like you get some of the trading fees. We could actually go look at the token just because, or let me just look at what it does really quick again. Deflationary model, fixed supply, and represents governance. Token utility, buybacks, governance, single-side staking, maybe one day. Gasless trading will be awesome. I would love to see gasless trading. This would be a killer feature, guys. Gasless trading. Look, it's looking better and better all the time. I hope that they do some of that pretty soon. And swap fee reduction. So all these utilities, they say coming soon. I don't know if these utilities actually exist right now. The token itself has actually performed pretty well. Yeah, the Pateus token has actually done well. And if it actually does the stuff that it says it's going to do, yeah, that would have some value. Hey, thanks for the sub, Dallas88. Thank you. Where was the Atropa dev on camera? Anyone have a link? Yeah, go look up ksb.tv on YouTube. ksb.tv. They have their own website as well. Yeah, these guys are running the tour in Europe. Abit and Patrick. Great guys. Germany and Austria. YouTube, KSB, TV. Now look, just because some guy showed his face on camera doesn't mean like he's a mastermind genius. He seems kind of smart, but he seems just like a guy that's kind of messing around as well. Kind of just experimenting for fun. So careful assigning too much meaning on stuff.
There's so many scams.
All right. Videos. This guy. Face reveal, Atropa developer. Anyway. Have you heard of Andy on the something? What are you talking about? Got to be more specific. How long do you think we get a Binance or mainstream exchange listing? Probably not till after the SEC, especially in the USA. Coinbase, Kraken, Gemini, Crypto.com, they're just not going to list us until the SEC thing is done. So at least a year. Well, it doesn't matter that much anyway. Coins can go up a whole bunch without centralized exchange listings. A lot of them have fake volume. A lot of them have inflated numbers. And they don't actually pump the price that much because there's not even that much liquidity on a lot of them anyway. It would be nice to be on the big ones, but by the time we're on the big ones, that means the price will have probably already gone up a whole lot. Hey, Brett Glenn, thank you for subscribing, becoming a member. I appreciate your support. All that stuff gets used just to help make the channel better. If you haven't noticed, I hired a marketing team to do my YouTube shorts. So That's one of the many things that helps with. Thank you so much. Just gets funneled back into the channel. All right. When do you think RH will live stream again? I think probably when the bull market is back and the price starts pumping a lot. I would probably bet. I mean, I wouldn't be willing to bet my entire life savings on this, but I would bet that it would be sometime in the last quarter of 2024. Last quarter 2024, PulseChain HEX starts pumping, PulseX starts pumping. Good news in the SEC direction. You know, if RH gets some wins and starts dominating in the SEC case, he'll be that much more confident. He's going to come back for the glory. Okay, he's not going away forever. He's going to come back for the glory, and when he's ready to pump the ecosystem, he's going to turn on and start firing on all cylinders. And that includes live streaming. It may or may not include founder buybacks. I don't know. It's a rumor, just a rumor out there. Where is the best liquidity for trading EHEX? You shouldn't yeah. All right, I'll answer that. Best liquidity for trading EHEX is on the screen right here. Just click on EHEX right here. And it's on PulseX. The best liquidity for trading EHEX is on PulseX. We can actually pull up Dex Screener if you want me to just show you. Because people do want to trade EHEX as a meme coin. Like, it's gone so low at this point that it might have actually for real hit a bottom this time. Of course it can always dip lower. Of course a whale can always say, fuck this, I'm going to nuke the chart. But watch this. If we look up EHEX, so the PulseChain pair on V2 has $409,000. Sorry, $409,000 on the V2 pair. And for Pulse, and then $859,000 on the V2 pair paired to HEX, and then $85,000 on the V1 pair. So if you add these together, what does that get you? $1.3 million liquidity, maybe 1.4 million. So there's more liquidity on the PulseChain side than on the Ethereum side. Well, yeah, there is. Let's see, because we've got 430 plus 570. That's about 1 million. You've got about $1 million on the Ethereum side, so 1.4 million on the PulseChain side. Just do it on the PulseChain side, bro. If you're going to do it, make sure you buy EHEX on the PulseChain side. I just can't wait for that should I do a live stream tweet. Yeah, you and me both, buddy. You and me both, Jamal. On the block or something. It's a Pepe project. Hey, Pepe on PulseChain has actually got a community behind it. Shout out to Pepe on PulseChain. If you had Pepe coin in your wallet on May 13th, 2023, come over, check out the PulseChain version of it. It's got its own community. If you like Pepe, you might like trading Pepe with 1 penny transaction fees. Did you see my tweet about running into 2026 on Supercycle Coffee? Agree, RH likely come back streaming end of this year. I think we might see proper mass adoption this cycle now crypto is no longer fringe. Igloo Bamboo, anything can happen. I didn't see your tweet yet, but I do feel that we're in a new paradigm. Bitcoin has an ETF now. Bitcoin is exposed to the entire United States of America. It's got worldwide global adoption. Ethereum is not far behind. And if they keep printing money, if they keep giving excuses to, inflate the dollar away, all that money is going to have to flow somewhere. So on the other end of the spectrum, there's a lot of warning signs that the economy, at least in America, should be collapsing. Like, everybody's got a bunch of credit card debt, student loans. Nobody can afford anything. So there's this risk that everyone's just going to start defaulting on stuff. I don't know. Running into 2026 is maybe wishful thinking, but I think we can easily survive until significantly into 2025. 26, I don't know. If people actually see crypto as a safe haven asset and not a risk on asset, that's what would probably actually have to change. is that people would stop needing to see crypto as a risk-on gambling asset, and they would have to see it as an actual way out, like an actual escape hatch, which, let's be honest, a lot of people in here today, they're buying crypto to get more dollars. They're not buying crypto to get less dollars. You know, in the short term, yeah, we need more dollars, but in the long term, we're actually buying crypto to get less dollars because we want to get rid of our dollars faster than they can deflate, or faster than they can lose value. 217 people in here and only 131 likes. Everybody hit the like button. Yeah, thank you for coming, everybody. Hey, 230 people at the sideways boring part of the bull market. Congratulations for being here. Congratulations. I'm sure a lot of people have ran away. Those people are going to come back and they're going to buy the top. They're going to come back when things start pumping. So congrats on everyone still building their position. You still actually have time. Believe it or not. I didn't think I'd be saying this 11 months in. There's still time. Still time to get your position. I like Pulse. I like PulseX. I like HEX. I also really like the green one. What's the green one, you ask? INC token. Very, very cool coin. Very, very interesting. But I'm farming it. I'm not buying it. But hey, a lot of people are buying it because they don't want to farm it. So if you don't like farming, if you don't like impermanent loss, well, buying it is as good as it gets. Are you going to see the eclipse? No, I'm a little too far away for it right now. But, well, when is it? When is the eclipse? When is the eclipse? I'll see if I'm... Oh, April 8th. Nah, yeah, I won't be there. April 8th is the eclipse. And by the way, also happens to be the date of Richard's filing for dismissal. Funny that. Anthony Avocado. Acevedo. Good time to buy. It's never been better. Best time to buy was yesterday. But look, I mean, we haven't really had our run yet in the entire ecosystem. So regardless of which core coins you pick, or if you want to just pick all of them, or if you want to pick some random other coins, we've got all this stuff down here. I'd start with these top 4 up here. In my opinion, yes, but I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. Videos are for educational purposes only. You click the buy and sell button. You must take responsibility for your own actions at the end of the day. You don't get to point fingers if the price goes down the day after you buy. I'm not just speaking to you. I'm speaking to everybody. But I think so, yes. INC could be the dollars of the future. PulseChain land looks great as fiat for the chain. Looks great as fiat for the chain. What? Hold on. INC could be the dollars of the future in PulseChain land. Maybe. I mean, look, the one interesting thing about INC is that it inflated from 0. So unlike all these other coins that had, high initial starting supplies, INC, you could say, if you like that whole fair launch thing, well, INC was only given to people that tried to support the ecosystem with liquidity farming, that take on risk. So it requires effort in the form of risk to mint. So really it's tokenized impermanent loss risk. The spectacles of ZKZX. Well, yeah, ZKZX had a big pump. Then I think it went down a whole bunch too. ZKZ. Here it is. ZKZX today. Yeah, it's almost back to where it started. Hey, maybe if it goes a little bit lower. Maybe if it goes, let's see how much it fell. It's only down 88%. It can still fall more. ZKZX can still go lower. I probably wouldn't touch it again unless it went even more lower. Like even lower. Dollars are junk. Buy right now. Dollars are junk. Where do I farm? Go to app.pulsex.com. Okay. And step 1 is you need to provide liquidity. Look on the screen here. This is app.pulsex.com. Okay. You've clicked the IPFS link. You go to the liquidity tab over here. You click on V1 and then you add liquidity for the pair you want. Let's say I want the PulseX pair. I'll add, you know, $100 of Pulse, $100 of PulseX. I'll pair that up. And then step 2 is you'll go over to the Farms tab. Look on my screen, go up to the Earn, where it says Earn, click on Farms, and then you stake that liquidity position right over here. So after you go to Liquidity tab, add liquidity, you're going to get a PLP token. That's your representation of your liquidity, your share in the liquidity pool. It's like your receipt that you provided liquidity in the pool. You take that PLP token after you provide liquidity here on V1, remember V1, and you stake that PLP token in the appropriate farm. So in this case, it would be the PulseX Pulse farm. And I've got a whole video about that. It was the last video that I just made if you want a more in-depth tutorial. Lol, that WSB TV guy is not Maria. He never mentions Maria or dysnomia and contradicts Maria's code base. Oh, well, shit. I didn't even watch it. I guess I believed it. Look, I don't care that much about the whole ecosystem of Atropa, but hey, I just thought it was something interesting for those guys. But yeah, I guess they got me good. If it's all fake, then whatever. How much? Yeah, by the way, I'm not really super deep on that whole Atropa thing, guys. I think there's a lot of jumping to conclusions, just as much as there is weird coins and weird liquidity plays. Fiat is made by people, LP guys, for the people, users. How much HEX need to go up in bull market for it not to be a fail? That's a very subjective question. I think it needs to reach all-time high. I think it just needs to tap all-time high again. That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. Teddy bear thoughts? I don't know, man. I don't own any, but if you like meme coins, it's a meme coin, all right. KD says, hey, all, smash the like button. Thank you, thank you. Hey, guys, thanks for coming. Looks like the chat's dried up. And I will let you guys go. Make sure you like and subscribe. Share the video. Leave a comment. It all helps the algorithm.